All over a woman. Piece of leg. Yeah.
A piece of... Randy.
Just because of some leg.
Don't say it like... No.
Wait, oh, balance there.
Welcome to Cue the Mic. I'm Darren Worth.
And I'm the very resourceful Randy Twyford.
And I'm Emma Derflinger, and this is episode 130.
130.
Yeah. 130. We're getting up there.
Getting up there in age.
Yep, sure are.
Hey, Randy.
Uh-huh.
Since we missed it, could you give us a farm report?
Well, I'm glad you asked. Yes, I will. This is Randy Twyford for Cue the Mic Farm Report. It's dry as fuck down here. I mean, when you see a tractor going through the field, working up ground, and it's dust behind it, you know it's dry as fuck down here. We've supposed to be having precipitation. No kidding. We've supposed to have been having precipitation, and it just hasn't fucking happened. So it's drier than a dog's bone, if you know what I mean.
Drier than a popcorn fart?
Oh, drier than that. And then, if you can get that dry, and then they are calling a chance of rain, a 60% chance of rain on Saturday. That's Saturday. So people know we're recording on Tuesday afternoon because of scheduling issues, and mine included. And so by Saturday, it'll probably be down to about 20%. And even if it's 60%, we've got an outdoor event going on. So, but I'll deal with the rain so we can get a shower and stuff. It's dry. So that's kind of the farm report. Thank you for listening in. And don't forget, the farm report is brought to you by First National Bank of Orangeville in beautiful downtown Orangeville, home world famous Burgoo. There's your farm report.
Thanks for the farm report, Randy. We missed that last episode, and people on YouTube were having a fit.
Well, we've got them covered, and I've got my radio voice on for it.
Yeah, you do.
Do you think you can keep the radio voice the entire podcast?
No, I'll be hoarse. If something sounds really interesting, I might interject with radio voice.
Might go back to the radio voice.
Might go back.
Boy, you're drinking the coffee this late in the afternoon?
Well, it's only 3 o'clock. Well, yeah.
What do you got? A
Sparkling
drink?
energy.
You got an alcohol drink?
No, it's a sparkling energy drink.
Energy drink.
Bloom sparkling energy. Is that like one of them $4 can things?
Yeah.
Yeah. 10
I did
calories
a smart move.
and lots of caffeine. And it's a probiotic, so I'll be...
Your gut will be in good shape.
Yeah.
You'll be pooping like
a prebiotic.
Oh, it's prebiotic?
Yeah, prebiotic, not probiotic.
Huh.
Natural energy, boosts metabolism, supports mood.
You think that's just marketing? I bet you that's just fucking water in a can.
It's not. It's bubbly and it has flavor, so it tastes delicious.
Does that have any of that them
tastes like
illegal dyes in it? Got any of them illegal dyes in it? Red dye number 22 and yellow dye number 65.
Bad situation there. Bad situation.
If it did, I would not give a flying shit. No, it doesn't.
So we know where she stands on that.
Whoa. Huh.
I'm at Randy, it hasn't killed me yet. You know?
Yeah, but you're only like 26 years old.
You got a lot of years on you to come on.
You got to think about, kids' food when I was in my prime eating shit, like Gushers and stuff. That is all that is. So it's fine.
Gushers.
Huh. I've had a Gusher a few times.
Aren't they? They're just really the... Wait.
It's happened a few times. Not a lot to mention, but... I've not had a Gusher this afternoon. I about had a gusher earlier this afternoon.
Stop.
I was
Really?
cleaning up some telltale debris from a possum,
Almost.
and
Oh, different type of gusher.
We
and
all
I
are
started
talking-
dry heaving. I started dry
Oh.
heaving. I
thought you were out there fucking watching you porn again.
No. This was
were
cleaning
all-
up possum shit. And
Ew.
if anybody
all-
tells you any different, that shit stinks. I was
Possum
giving
shit?
I thought I was going
All
to lose it.
All shit
So
stinks.
you got a possum problem out there at corporate headquarters?
Not anymore. Well, I hope not. Well, there's a big fat possum that hangs outside, goes around the building, and I think he gets in on the east side where we got storage of junk that needs to be taken care of.
Yeah,
And
but, Randy, how long did you build that building ago? 12 years ago? 13?
yeah, probably 10, 12 years.
Yeah.
There's stuff in there.
Probably 2 years after I told you shouldn't buy the food truck, you should just build a building, I think.
Right.
Right? So it was 2
Right.
years after that, right? I bet you that was 13 years ago.
Well, it's full of junk over there. So we saw this one, and Marla named him Phil. Phil the possum, and he was rather large. Well, then Phil vanished for a while, so we figured he went on to other things. Well, we got the feeling Phil was actually Phyllis,
Oh. Yikes.
and so over the last Sunday, Monday, and today, I've trapped 4 possums,
Really?
and one of them was on some concrete, and that wasn't a good situation. So I've come pretty proficient at trapping possums. So if anybody wants to know the tricks and stuff, I can sure tell them.
What do you do? Just share. Please
Well,
share.
Yeah.
If they're getting into feed somewhere else, you remove that feed from them. Here, slow down. FedEx
It's
is
a
here.
lost cause. No.
Somebody's walking the dog.
Yeah. Mabel just
So
feels the need to be a killer.
So anyway, remove the food that you think they're getting into, and then remove that food. Then put your live trap out. But you got to try to figure out what how they're going, their directions are going, so you can put the trap just right in their edge. Because possums aren't really intelligent. They're tough as shit, but they aren't really intelligent. So you got to set it so it's kind of in their flight path, if you want to say. And then go to Walmart and get cheap cat food, My Kitty cat food, soft.
My kitty soft.
And slide that in there, and you'll snag them. And then we've just taken them off.
So you've been live releasing, or have you been?
Darren, I take them on to a different home. Let's just put it that way. They're in a different home now. They're not at my home. They're in somebody else's home.
Oh, so now there's somebody else's problem?
Not really.
He kills them, Darren. He means they go to heaven. If that's where possums go.
You shoot them twice and they still don't die. Shoot them right in the head, and they still won't fucking die.
I don't want to talk about killing animals.
They just snarl at you.
Well, then you grab them by the tail, and it's kind of like we got a fire department, local fire department, and for the siren, they take a tomcat. They got a tomcat in a cage, and when they go out on a call, they swing the tomcat by the tail. So do the old tomcat toss to him, and I haven't seen any of them back. But they're sleepy.
You've been throwing them out in the cornfield or what?
Rye field.
Rye field?
I'd like to throw them in the creek, but the creek's dry. I'm
According
kind of
to the farm report, but the
according to the farm report,
but the coyotes should be picking them up.
Yeah, our creek down here is dry as popcorn fart, and I've never seen it that dry. There's just no water.
Huh.
Bad situation.
Bad situation.
So hopefully I've got a good cover on the possum family, and we'll see. I'll bait up again tonight and see if I happen to get any more.
Got evicted.
Yeah, they've been asked to move to another location. They are
Things that
ugly
make you go,
bastards.
oh, they're just ugly bastards.
I mean, especially when they get to snarling at you and stuff.
We pulled in the other night into the restaurant. This has been a week ago. We were out running around on the four-wheeler, and we had to run by the restaurant and get something. And so we pulled into the restaurant, and because you can run the four-wheeler now into the restaurant.
Okay.
And so I pulled in there, and it was dark out. And I pulled by the dumpsters, and here goes 4 of the biggest, fattest coons you could imagine.
Really?
Rolling out of there.
They were inside?
Oh, yeah, they were inside the dumpster. Down at the bottom hill. They just, as soon as come by there, the coons started rolling out of that bitch.
I'll be damned.
I figured the more they eat, the more they eat out of that dumpster, the less I have to pay to haul away.
Well, that's true.
Right?
Yeah, they aren't quite as creepy as possums.
We'll just have to wait until until it gets really cold out, and then we'll be able to shoot them, take their pelts in, and get $10 out of them.
If you're lucky.
Extra revenue.
Or hire somebody or give them to somebody. People will probably pay you to come in and hunt them.
Yeah.
Speaking of hunting, one of my employees got him and his girlfriend got a deer each just last night.
Deer season's open?
Bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Bow and arrow.
Really?
And my
brother got.
They got 2 last night.
Did they come hang him in the old Twyford walk-in cooler?
No, they wanted to know if they could put the legs in the cooler. And I said, yeah, no problem. And he shows up this morning with no legs, and he goes, no, Dad decided we needed to process them last night. So he says, just what I wanted to fucking do at bedtime. Is skin out a deer. Well, boy, that's quite the deer.
Boy, he got that with a bow?
I don't know. Must have.
But he got that this year?
Yeah, he's got it this weekend.
Wow.
I don't know this stuff. I just get these pictures out of the blue, and I'm like, oh, look, a dead animal. Just what I want to see.
Huh.
Also, let's just make fun of... this is my youngest brother, Randy. The one that wears Twyford hat. Look at how dumb he looks in that bucket hat. He looks
he looks like a hunter.
No, that thing's sitting way too high on his head. He looks like a dork.
Maybe he's got a tall head.
He does have a big head.
Huh.
But
speaking of,
anyway.
How was your trip to I hear some you got an award at the Jack Daniels this past weekend.
What?
Yeah.
Also got a nice looking wound.
Yeah, you like that wound? It's healing. It stopped bleeding.
Well, that's good. How'd you do that?
Well, I was. It was about 11 o'clock in the morning, and everything was coming together, and everything was, my ribs were about done, and my chicken was getting there, and I went over for a friendly visit over to the Getting Basted camp and slaps, and I'm trying to think of what the hell I was doing. Anyway, it was a little tight behind the slaps trailer up in Mr. Darren's neighborhood, and I was trying to avoid a tree behind him.
Uh-huh.
And I turned around and I slapped the back of his trailer with my head. And Joe thought I thumped he thought I hit his trailer with my hand on purpose.
Right.
But it was my head.
Ouch.
And I hit the light that was hanging out on the back of his trailer.
Okay.
And I hit it so hard.
Get out of here. Sorry.
Keep going.
You hit it so hard, what?
I hit it so hard, it was like concussion protocol. I mean, I was stars. I thought I was going down there for a second.
Did you really?
Yeah, I had to grab the trailer and
The
It
picture was
was,
pretty gnarly.
yeah, so I thought I was going down. I grabbed my head, and Joe started, from Slaps, he started joking with me. He's like, what the hell did you hit my trailer for? I'm like, I didn't. He's like, what? And then Rod Gray was sitting right there, and he's like, was that your head? I'm like, yeah. He's like, let me see it. And I'm like, nope.
Nope.
And he's like, let me see it. And I took down my hand, and blood was just rolling down my face,
Oh, sure. Sure.
into my eyes and whatever. And he goes, put your hand up, put your hand up. And he goes, we got to go find medical. And I'm like, dude, no, we are not finding medical.
Especially
We
at
are
this
not.
time.
Yeah, I got shit to do. I am not going to sit down. I am not going through their protocol bullshit. I said, so I'm yelling to my nephew. I'm like, there's some clean white towels in my trailer up above here. Go in there, get a bottle of water, dump it over there, and bring it to me. So finally, after explaining to them and finding where it was, they did that, and I got it all, whatever. And then we finally got it to the point that Sherry got me in the trailer, and they found some first aid kit, and they found some gauze on it, and found one of them wrap things.
Yeah.
And they found a pair of scissors. Well, I had skimmed back all my skin.
Oh.
Yikes.
All right.
And so Sherry had to take the pair of scissors and cut my skin where I had skimmed it all back so she could get a Band-Aid on it. And it wasn't even stinging at that point. It was just bleeding like a damn stuck hog.
Oh, I
And
bet.
I'm like, come on, we gotta go. I gotta, because my ribs are like getting done.
Sure.
And they need to come off the cooker. And she's like, just hang on. And I'm like, no, come on. And she goes, this reminds me of like back in 2006, I think it was, we were at the Jack, and she was washing a knife. And she wasn't paying attention, I don't think. And she washed a knife, and she cut her finger all the way down to the bone.
Ouch.
Right before pork turn in. And she's like, just sliced it and starts bleeding all over the place. And I'm like, get over here. What? And I'm like, well, come on. We got to get some duct tape on that son of a bitch. We got to turn in pork.
Right.
And so I wrapped a paper towel around it, and I put duct tape on it. And she never had feeling in that finger for about the next 4 years.
Really?
And she probably should have went and got stitches, but it was kind of too late by the time we got home 3 days later.
Right.
So today she still can't really move that finger the way she's supposed to move that finger, but she always reminds me about that. So anyway, so when you see pictures of me at awards, people thought I was wearing a sweatband. It wasn't. It was a damn black thing to keep this thing from bleeding, because every time
shit.
every time I'm like, oh, I can get by without it. Oh no, it started bleeding all over again. So
Yeah.
I just had to wear a tourniquet. And so I put my Twyford hat on to try and cover it a little bit,
Well, good.
but it didn't cover
Oh,
it.
good.
But anyway, so
Didn't do
we're sitting there getting ready to go to awards, and they're like, come on, we got to go. And I was just casually talking with people, like you do.
Right. Just BS.
Enjoying and just BSing around, and all of a sudden it's like 20 minutes before award starts, and I'm like, shit, I never even got a shower. And I haven't even really cleaned up got my shit put away. So I went into full cleanup mode, trying to get everything put away before awards.
Right.
And so I get that all done, everything tied down, so I don't have to do anything after awards, even though it really didn't matter because we were spending the night anyway.
Right.
But anyway, I'm like, we don't have to be there for awards. All they do is give away the dead people awards to start off with anyway.
Right. Right. And explain the Dead People Awards.
Well, for years they give away all these awards and for years it was just handing back awards for older people, a lot older people that are no longer with us.
Right.
That just like prestigious pioneers of barbecue awards, and they used to have the Muriel Roth Altruism Award, which was for, and I'm not sure why they don't do that one anymore, but for the most woman in barbecue that contribute to barbecue and stuff like that. So kind of all these awards, right? Really nice awards, but it was kind of like there was a small group of people that it
just
seemed
got
like they
passed
just kind of got passed around. So we get to awards and we sit down and they go announce the Pioneer of Barbecue Award and they give it to me. And I'm like, what the hell? I'm not old enough to receive this award.
Not true.
And I'm
If
like,
if you'd seen who usually gets those awards, yeah, you would say that.
yeah, I'm 30 years younger than who gets these awards.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I feel like we've had this conversation before, though.
No, we haven't.
yeah, so
Well,
I'm
I know, but-
I'm a trendsetter, Emma. You know,
Okay.
I mean, I started when I was in the transportation business. I became a vice president of transportation at the age of 27. I was the youngest VP at Ruan. So I started it then. So I'm always doing stuff at a younger age.
Was there many
yeah.
other recipients there? Of the
Well,
award?
so they pull me up on stage, right? And me and my tourniquet and everything. And Carolyn Wells is giving me this award. And she says to the crowd, will any other living recipients of this award please stand up? And
Any other living?
nobody was there
Nobody was.
because they were all dead.
That'll
So-
happen.
That's kind of fun.
So they had quite the fun with that. And we always call those awards, not those awards, but we always say, you know, in barbecue that if you get a call in sauce or dessert, we call it the curse of the ancillary.
Right.
So if you get a call in dessert, that means you're probably not going to get a call in the meat categories where you
Right.
really want to get a call. So everybody was going, haha, curse of the ancillary. And I said, I did not enter this category. This is not an ancillary contest.
Right. Right.
You know, so we're having a lot of fun. So anyway, I got the Pioneer Barbecue Award. Got a
Well,
really nice
congratulations.
barrel head. Yeah.
Congratulations.
It's a nice, all in all, it's a nice award. I think it's, you know, I'm trying to think of what the award even says on it, but, you know, it's just about contributions to the sport of competition barbecue.
Yes, and you've done quite a bit of that.
And so, anyway, so then we went on to the regular awards. We were hoping my sister, she wasn't there, but my brother-in-law, Mark, and his two sons and his brother, Tim, had come down to do our dessert from Shut Your Pie Hole. And they entered in a peach crumb cheesecake where they had baked peaches into the cheesecake and had a peach crumb, and they served some sweet tea with it. And I was kind of hoping they'd get a call. They were just kind of one taste point away from getting a 180. Now, of course, there was 14 180s.
Well, I was going to say, how many 180s was there?
14 180s. I think they ended up getting 18th in dessert out of 90, I believe.
Wow.
So they still had a
Is it
great
in the
showing.
post?
Huh?
Is it in the post? Did you?
I'm not sure. I've probably forgot to put the dessert
Well, and
in the
that's
post.
and when you consider, as in the past when we've been there, I mean, especially the international teams and stuff, they really put the dog on for that stuff. I remember some of them bringing bakers with them and stuff, and there's people that bring bakers and ringers, as old Dave would say.
Oh, ringers.
ringers.
There was quite a few ringers that were, you know, I saw quite a few teams walking around the jack. I'm like, hey, what are you doing here? Oh, I'm just kind of helping with chicken over here at this team. Or, you know, the Texas teams are famous for that because they don't normally cook KCBS, which is fine. That really doesn't bug me at all because, you know, I'm one that, hey, I'm just going to cook what brought me there. Whoa. Jeez.
Get down, settle down.
We're going to have to quit doing this at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. There's a lot of people walking their dogs, evidently.
Or Maybelle, she just barks at the fucking wind in the morning or during the day. It's whatever.
Huh.
It's fine.
I think I'd get a shot collar and stop that.
I have one. She broke it.
She ate it.
No, I don't know what she did, but
How's a
She
dog
broke it.
break a shot collar?
I don't know.
How can they get
This
their
dog,
teeth to it?
if she
Well,
didn't
they
bite
can't.
it.
They can't because you know what?
I don't know
Because
what she did.
somebody left it laying around and she
No,
broke it.
no, she didn't. She hasn't eaten it.
Uh-huh.
She hasn't eaten it. So what? I think it. I think it had a. I don't know. I don't know if she got it wet, because Mabel's fallen in the toilet a time or two. Okay, my dogs drink out of the toilet. Whatever. Make fun of me.
Maybe you
do whatever.
should feed them water.
I do, but they still prefer the toilet. Okay, so my dogs are toilet dogs, and I think she got it wet.
They can get the lid up?
The lid's always up.
We'll put the lid down, then they won't be toilet dogs.
Fuck, I forgot about that.
But I don't mind.
What do you
Them
gotta,
being
you
toilet dogs.
gotta go do, Randy, or what?
No, but I'm just getting an update on one that I thought it was a different way than what it was supposed to be.
You guys need to focus.
Okay.
Me? What? I was just reading your post. Do you want to know what the Jack Daniel Award said? Because I looked at it for you.
Yeah, what did it say?
It said, in recognition and appreciation to his dedication to the cuisine, art, and sport of barbecue. It's a lot of words.
Cuisine.
A lot of words.
Cuisine, art,
Cuisine.
and sport of barbecue. I like that the Jack Daniels bottle that you put in this picture is, like, half empty.
You want to know why?
Because you were drinking it?
Because we were drinking it.
I just think it's funny.
For the guy that doesn't drink, Sherry's like, come on, just loosen up a little bit, kill the pain, have a little bit. I'm like, okay. So I poured a bottle of wine in a Yeti cup to go to awards. And then when we got that award, we decided to celebrate. And then when some other friends of ours got an award, I said, then we won, we won 5th place in pork.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, well, hell, we won that bottle. And I said, these bottles are for drinking.
Yep.
So I whipped it, and everybody else looked at me like, what are you doing? That's a special bottle. I'm like, nah, I got all kinds of these bottles. So we whipped it open and started passing it around and drinking it.
A little word of wisdom. Some of my employees were telling me that there's a young man at school that his girlfriend of 3 to 4 years dumped him. So he started drinking a bottle of Jack Daniels. And he drank the whole bottle by himself. They found him laying out on the couch, and they had to take him to the hospital because of alcohol poisoning.
Well, yeah.
So,
Some people that
woman?
happens.
all over a woman. Piece of leg. Yep.
A piece of Randy.
Just because of some leg.
Don't say it like no.
Yeah, Randy,
She's a person.
Randy, it's a piece of ass. It's not a piece of
Yeah.
leg.
No. You guys need to be nicer to women.
One of the guys came out here and he was tired, and one of the other guys asked him, he said, "What'd you do, get a lot of butt last night?" And he goes, "No, I'm just tired."
Get a lot of butt?
Yeah.
I wish you would have said ass instead.
Yeah.
That's gross. Get a lot of butt? That's weird. But
Same thing as getting
anyway,
some
you shouldn't be.
ass, So
You just shouldn't. Just shouldn't talk about women like that at all.
Well, you can talk about guys that way too. I mean,
yeah.
we don't care.
I didn't. That's not what I said. I don't feel the need to do that because it's weird.
We know girls do.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we do, but I don't need.
There
There's
you
nobody
go.
to.
Truth is
There
out.
you
There's.
go.
But I don't.
So-
I don't like say like, oh yeah, it's a nice piece of leg or whatever that was. Like that's not. I just be
You
like,
sure?
that isn't a.
You sure?
Yes. Let's be like, wow, what an attractive fella.
Okay. On to something else before we get in more trouble.
Okay,
So,
let's
who
just
won
go
the-
with
who won-
that.
Who won the Jack, Darren?
So a
Oh,
team
well, wait a second.
called...
You go ahead through your placements.
Oh, okay, yeah. Let's talk about my placements. So, chicken, which we thought, so chicken was kind of funny because I cook at the Jack, turn-ins are a half hour later. But Sherry was so worried because we were about a 4-minute walk to turn-ins because they moved the
Right.
judge's tent even farther away than it was. So, and I've been running the last few contests. I've been running quite a bit later on turn-ins. Just,
Right.
I don't know why. I've just been running. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to run my normal timeline. So I'm not going to run everything a half hour behind. I'm just going to run my normal timeline.
Sure.
So I ran the normal timeline, but in chicken, I was playing around because this week we're going into the Royal Oak Invitational. And I declared when we got invited to Royal Oak, they said, hey, what are you going to cook? And I said, I'm going to cook legs because at that point I was cooking chicken legs. But shortly after that, I switched over to thighs.
Right.
Well, I haven't cooked legs in quite some time. So I'm like, okay. So I'm like going to practice. Well, I had like 8 extra legs. So I trimmed a contest of legs. I trimmed a contest of thighs, but then I had 8 extra legs that I cooked on Friday.
Right.
Yes.
And
You told
they
us about
were
that.
amazing, right?
Yeah.
So on Saturday, I'm like, I'm just going to cook a whole contest. I'm going to cook a contest of legs and a contest of thighs and a contest of wings because we had to turn in wings. I'm going to cook all 3 because, hey, I got an extra half hour here.
Right.
Why not?
Well, it just so happens they all 3 got done at the same time.
Oh boy.
Oh.
But it's fine. We had plenty of time. So I went through, and the legs, once again, were just amazing. So we decided to put legs in the box, and we were not expecting to go legs in the box. We were going to go thighs and wings,
Right.
and I was just going to turn in 1 or 2 wings. That's it, because we had to have 7 pieces. And you had to at least have 1 wing in there. So I was going to do 6 and 1. Sherry wanted to do 6 and 2. I'm like, okay, whatever. We ended up turning in thing. So anyway, we get to awards. Thought chicken was probably one of the best things we turned in all day.
Right.
We got 76th in chicken out of 90.
Ouch.
But we were
But
second on our table.
Okay.
God damn it.
First on our table was 63rd.
Wow.
Bad table.
So low ball table.
So
Bad table.
old table 327 took a lot of people out.
Did it really?
It took a lot of people out. It took the best score all day on that table. What was a 20, I think Shiggin and Grinnin had a 28th place in pork. And that was by far that table's best score.
Now,
Damn.
out of curiosity, do you know who was on that table? You don't have to say, but was it
Well, I know
celebrities?
Janky Leg was number 1 on the table at 63rd. I was 3rd on the table, actually, tell you the truth, because Bushmaster was right in front of me. And then I got 3rd on the table for 76th.
No, what I'm saying is who the judges were.
Oh, no, we don't know who the judges were.
Okay. I didn't know whether they were celebrity or
I don't
hardcore judges.
I don't know. But, that's the jack, though. And I tried to explain that. Some people were getting a little butthurt over the table, and I said, here's the jack for you. They're like, I don't understand. It's the world championship. Why can't they have great judges? And I said, here's the deal. The jack is the jack, right? And the jack is about it's about promoting jack. It's about the promotion of jack. It's about bringing in celebrities to judge that promote the jack. So really, why do you care so much about getting to the jack? Because the win is actually getting to the jack. That's the win. The win is getting to the jack, right? Because that's where the fun is had. That's the win. The cream, the gravy on top is if you score at the jack, but the true win is being there.
Yeah,
and getting to experience that vibe. So that's really why you play. We've been lucky. We've been there 15 times. Right. And we would do it all over again to get there the 16th time, knowing that we're going to go in and chances are you're going to hit a hot mess table of judges that are not going to score you very well, and something's going to take you out. Right. But, so And we got fifth on our table in ribs. We got 45th, but best on that table was 28th. So,
Really?
you know,
So another not too good a table.
not the greatest table. There was a 28th, and then it was 42nd, 43rd, 44th, 45th. It was all right there. Took out a bunch of other good teams. And then we were first on our table, and Port got sixth.
Right.
And so or fifth, sorry. So we got actually another call to the stage, and got a barrelhead.
Right.
And then we were first on our brisket table for 19th.
Right.
So, and overall we finished 26th overall out of 90. So respectable finish. Was it the finish we wanted? I don't know. No. We were at the Jack. That was our win.
What would it have taken to have won it? From where you were at 26, how many more points would you have needed to win it?
Oh, we needed like a 710 one. So we were at a 691, I think. So it would have taken 19. It was quite a ways up there.
Okay.
Yeah, it was quite a ways up there. So I mean,
was
I
there
think
a
the
lot
team
of
that won it. What?
Was there a lot of ties in the categories?
No, there wasn't. I was actually noticing that, Randy, which was kind of crazy because normally lately there has been a lot of ties, but I think I only saw one or two ties in all the categories.
Really?
Yeah. Really weird.
Because normally, like you said, there's several.
Yeah, but there wasn't.
Really weird.
There wasn't. Really weird. So in overall, King's Barbecue out of Florida, the first Florida team ever to win the Jack.
No kidding.
No kidding.
Well, no kidding.
They won.
No kidding.
And then Boggs Hoss. I knew I was going to say that wrong. It's not Boss Hogs. It's Boggs Hoss, I think, out of, I believe, I'm going to say it wrong. I won't even say it. They're off the East Coast. I believe they're out of Delaware.
Oh, really?
They took reserve.
Uh-huh.
Did you put it in your post?
Yeah. Yep. In the Smoky D's post.
And not on the one on your personal page?
I did, but Smoky D's tagged them, so you'll be able to tell. See, I'm not very good at tagging them, but then when my social media gals take over, they do a good job of tagging.
Boggs Hog. Out of...
Boggs Hogs? Boggs Hoss? Boggs Hogs?
Boggs Hog. Boggs Hog. Barbecue. Out of...
Nice people. Husband-wife team.
Okay.
Yeah. I think he's an actually chef at Campbell's Soup.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Nice people, but the boys from King's Barbecue, I gotta congratulate them on the way to the stage. They were off to the side of it. I tell you what, they must have been nervous as a whore at church because I went to hug him, one of the guys, and he was sweating like a pig. He was drenched. He was drenched. It was funny because I always being in that position, I always like to remind them, just take your time and enjoy this walk. It's one of the best walks in barbecue as you walk to that stage. Don't hurry there. Just enjoy this walk. Listen to the music. Take it all in.
Yep.
Because it is one of the things. Because, I've become so adamant about I have to sit on the aisle at the Jack.
Right.
I have so much fun congratulating and high-fiving and hugging and whatever all the other teams that are coming up and the international team. It's just so much fun. There's so much more joy for me than actually getting a call myself. It just takes all the how sometimes you're sitting at work, you're sitting on your seat hoping to get a call.
Right.
You don't even think about that anymore if you just concentrate and have fun with everybody else.
Sure.
And we just had a lot of people getting calls and a lot of people having a lot of fun. It was just saying, and it's funny, there's some folks from Jacksonville, Illinois.
Right.
Were sitting across the aisle from me, and they noticed my Twyford barbecue hat.
Uh-huh.
And they said, "We're from Jacksonville." And I'm like,
Oh,
"Really?"
Really?
And so their son Griffin was sitting across the aisle from me. And it seemed like all the calls at the Jack were everybody on that side of the aisle was getting calls, and everybody on our side wasn't getting any calls.
Right.
So I moved my chair over by Griffin.
Uh-huh.
And he gave me a look, and I said, he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "All the calls are happening over here. I thought I'd move over here for some luck."
Sure.
And he was laughing. I was joking with him, and it wasn't 2 minutes later I get a call in pork. I
No
said,
shit.
yeah. So it was kind of fun. And his mom put a post out on Facebook about how I was enjoying so much having fun with congratulating all the other teams coming
Right.
down, that it was like teaching their kids about how to have fun and how to congratulate the other teams. It wasn't just about you winning or losing.
Right.
It was about having fun with everybody else. And it was like teaching their kids a lesson that this isn't just about us. This is about
Yeah.
enjoying this for everybody.
Exactly.
not to circle back, but Boggs Hog is out of Audubon, New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
New Jersey.
So, yeah. So anyway, nice people. Nice people. I'd met them earlier in the week, and yeah. So you just got to hit the right tables. You got to cook good food, and we thought Hot Daddies had a chance. They were sitting next to us, and they hit that 327 table and just totally blew them out. They were like first on their table and got like 70th or 80th in something. They just got totally blown out. I think it was in maybe ribs. Just totally obliterated on that table.
Huh.
But what do you do? It's the Jack.
And it's too late.
It's
Table
the
captains
Jack.
can't do anything, so
Randy, did you lose your microphone?
not
I was
that I
just
know
wondering
of.
the same thing. Let me look.
Not that I know of. Hello?
No, he didn't. He just was leaning back too far.
I was leaning back in my chair.
Huh.
Yeah, you got quiet.
You just went kind of quiet.
Okay. Is that better?
Yeah.
No, not really. But
Oh,
maybe
Yes,
my
it
hearing
is.
maybe my hearing's going bad. I've got a
Yeah.
traumatic injury.
you've got a conclusion.
Also,
Still
on
going
top
through
of that-
concussion protocol.
On top of that, he's been deaf for years, so
I
he doesn't put
have
hearing
been.
aids in. So he's not a good person to have.
Yeah, so after my injury for 2 days straight, my wife's like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? Are you okay?"
Because she cares about you.
Yeah.
God forbid she care that you're okay.
One thing she cared about? She cared
Winning.
about 50 times asking me if I'd booked a flight to Florida or not. That's what she cared about.
I don't blame her. After
There you
just
go.
hanging out with you at the Jack, I'd probably need a vacation too. Especially
Yeah,
if you're
so
going back to back.
Yeah, so
Georgia?
we had a little time, so it was either go spend a week in the RV with the Shiggin boys, or we caught a plane out of Nashville on Sunday night and left the trailer at the KCBS World Invitational site in Lebanon, Tennessee.
Lebanon.
Okay.
Caught an Uber over and down to Florida, check things out, doing a little maintenance stuff down here.
Sure.
And Sherry's been hanging out by the pool. I've been working mainly and catching up on stuff. And we're headed back Wednesday night, and Thursday morning we'll head south to Georgia
Head down that way.
to cook on the Royal Oak Invitational.
Okie doke. How many
Okie
teams
doke.
will be in the Invitational?
I think there's 35 teams, I think, will be cooking the
Okay.
Royal Oak Invitational.
Okay.
I'm gonna kill that dog.
Here we go again.
There we go
I'm
again.
not gonna kill her. That was aggressive. Let's just. She's fine.
Okay.
Okay. It's fine. Carry on.
So, Randy, what else is going on? You said you had an
Well-
interesting week.
Yeah, we've had an interesting day too today, but we've had well, I guess today's only Tuesday. prep yesterday. Truck out. We've got the truck out 3 days this week, catering, and then we've talked about a lot of times on here about taking care of the customer. Even though
Yep.
it's going to really push you to do it, or you're not going to be able to do it, but you figure out a way to do it.
Right.
Well, that was similar to what happened to me today. We were in the food truck, and it was kind of slow right before lunch. And a phone call came in, and I took it. Thought it was a telemarketer. And to find out it was one of my customers that they're having an event, and they said they needed similar food that we had done before. That's why I was surprised. I'd forgot we had done it that way. Just pulled pork and mac and cheese, pulled pork sliders. But it's a dinner for 300. And so, and we're shorthanded this weekend, like always. And we've got an event, a vending event that we'll probably end up doing $800 worth out of the whole day and miss out on. And I'm like, we ain't missing out on this. So I said, sure, we can do it. You bet.
You bet. No kidding.
You bet.
Love to.
Love to do it. Okay, text me your menu and any details, and we'll get her all set up. So then I get off the phone and go, fuck. Now, step back and regroup. How we're going to shuffle some people around and that. And so we did. And so we're going to be able to cover both events and do them nicely. So.
What is she doing?
The dog is trying to get my attention. She's
Well,
trying
Somebody's
to
in a well.
We are too, and like 100,000 listeners are too.
Yeah.
100,000? Oh, I wish.
Somebody must
How
be in the
cool would
well.
that be?
Kind of like Lassie, Timmy, going to Timmy. Somebody's in the well.
Look, it's our co-host.
Oh, yeah, the co-host, the little pain in the ass that barks all the time and licks out of the toilet.
Yeah, but she's so cute.
Isn't that funny? The dog licks out of the toilet, but she still lets the dog lick her face.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clean water.
But would you go smear your toilet around your toilet seat, your face around your toilet seat?
Hey, I wouldn't, but you don't have to make it weird, okay?
Because that's what you're doing.
Oh my God, look, they're both here. Oh, they're just so sweet. My little children. I'm taking them on a 6.5-hour car ride tomorrow. Wish me luck.
Yeah, good luck.
That's just stupidity.
No, it's not.
I'd go drop them off at your mom's.
No.
That's just stupidity.
Mom, Maybell.
Settle down. She wants down. What the fuck?
Hey. That was new.
Fucking Cujo.
Jeez.
She just ripped off some of Twyla's fur. That was new. I'm gonna put them in a car together tomorrow.
Yeah, that'll be handy.
That's okay. Everybody's fine. We're all good.
Wow. Nothing like killing 5 minutes of doggy time.
Yeah.
So sorry.
It's a dog-eat-dog world, and we're wearing on underwear.
So anyway, kind of goes back to what we've talked about, taking care of the customer. Customer needed something. We figured it out, and we're going to be able to take care of them. And make them.
Never say no. Never say no unless it's a shitty deal.
Yeah, exactly. A shitty vending deal where you talk to them and they're like, we're going to have this, and how many people are you expecting? Well, we're expecting maybe 400 to 500. In the back of your mind, there's not going to be 50 there,
No, right.
You're already booked into some other event. You'd like to help out, but you're already booked into another event. So.
It's call and response. I don't know what you want from me. They're idiots. They're my idiots. My house used to be quiet. Twyla
This
doesn't
is
make
like
noise.
Merlin Perkins in the Wild Kingdom.
Especially when they got that fight broke out.
Yeah, that was intense. They don't do that very often. If really
I'm
ever.
glad they
Actually,
don't.
I think they've only really been in one fight. That was kind of intense and out of the character. Mabel must be PMSing. It's fine. She was
So what
butthurt. That's
else?
why I was wanting attention.
I had a good call today with. It's crazy. You talk about technology.
Right.
So
Okay.
we have these cameras throughout our operation from a company called Verkada,
Okay.
and I've had Verkada for quite some time, but they I feel are like cutting edge when it comes to camera. And I just I don't watch cameras every day. I just use cameras to if there's a problem, employee falls, or a customer has an issue, or
Right.
the police come in looking for somebody, they're just super handy cameras. Or if I want to
Right.
check in and see, hey, are we busy or not? Or, hey, this car, how long it's been in the parking lot, whatever, then I
Right.
can see it. But they took me through today. Now they're starting to do monitoring. So where in the olden days, you had to have door alarms or whatever when somebody comes in through a door and they punch in their code. And if somebody tries to break in, it'll notify me or it'll notify the cops. Now they've got that all integrated in through their cameras.
Really.
Yeah, so you can turn that on all through the cameras. But what they showed me today is all this AI stuff they've done
Uh huh.
that is like over the top stuff that you can lay a floor plan out of all your cameras in your restaurant, and we've got like 26, 27 cameras at Smoky
I'll be
D's,
damned.
and you can select facial recognition of an employee, a customer, whatever, and you could
Really.
say hit one button and it will show every movement through every camera in your restaurant. You could actually track that employee.
How do you get a? Do you have to zero in on a face and say then more or less say okay track this guy or?
Or you could, well, if you show them on a camera, so let's say you have somebody walk through the front door,
Uh
you
huh.
can actually show that, take that frame and say boom and hit a picture and it'll take that face,
Huh.
it'll take that and then it'll create like this history about where this person went in your restaurant.
I'll be damned. And do the
It's
same for employees.
you can do the same for employee, you can do the same thing for everything, and it just creates this storybook, this story, kind of the
Sure.
story down of these little 5-second clips down below,
Right.
and you give it a time frame, and it just has every camera. If it hits another camera, here's where it is. But we had a long conversation about, we get a lot of issues with DoorDash and we've got one in particular where a customer is ordering off of DoorDash every week and then says they don't get their stuff, which they do, but say they don't get their stuff, file a complaint with DoorDash. DoorDash gives them their money back and then comes to us, deducts from our settlement, and then we go to fight it. We say it's fraudulent, and then we can't fight it. And so we end up giving away a free meal every week to this person.
Sure.
And we're going, hey, cut this account off, and they can't seem to do it. So
Really.
so I was talking to this technology guy today about how I want to put a camera over our expedite station so that we can see as we open every box that we can see every piece of food going out. And he goes, yeah, we
Right.
could. He goes, I have a dual camera. Even I could put it out to two things. We could zoom into every box. We can actually tie it into your POS system to see that if you knock it off your POS system. So let's say you open the box and everything's good, then you walk over and you say, boom, you expedite it out, which is what we're supposed to do
Mm-hmm.
in carry out, that we could tie it back and actually go back and bring you up that little short video clip of that food going out of carry out.
Really.
Holy. Now that
Well,
is an I'll be damn moment.
Because I was thinking that we flash the ticket in front of the camera first. Just flash the ticket in front of the camera and then open each box so that we can
I
say,
see
hey,
what you're saying.
so when the customer goes, I didn't get my ribs, then you just send the video clip. Really? Your ribs were right here. here's the video clip, and just eliminate all that false theft. Or
Right.
if the ribs weren't in there, then hey, yeah, well, you're right.
Yeah,
The ribs weren't
we
in
messed
there.
up. Let's make it right. Yeah.
Right. And it just will eliminate. So I wanted to do that for a long time. So he's working on a solution there that he thinks is relatively easy.
So you've
To
got
be
one
able to use
person
that
that each
technology.
week they do that, huh?
Yeah, we've identified one person that is doing that through DoorDash, and they're trying to get to the bottom of it.
So you wonder
But
how
then
many other companies he's doing it to.
Yeah.
Probably
Well,
all
then
of
I
them.
also had a conversation with Uber Eats, and Uber Eats, of course, wants they're trying to get us on their platform. And I had a long
Doesn't that
conversation with
cost-
a guy, and I'm like, well, hey, dude, you need me more than I need you. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, no, trust me. You want me on your platform. You're calling me because I have huge volume and I move food fast and barbecue holds well. I really don't need you. I'm fine with what I got with DoorDash. I don't really need a lot more carry out business or
Right.
DoorDash business or third party business. Not that I'm not willing to look at it. So we go through this whole rigmarole, and he goes, well, but also we have a menu thing. So you can't mark up your menu price any more than 10%. And I said, okay, well, that's a done deal. I'm out. I'm hanging up the phone now. And he goes, well, what do you mean? And I said, well, no, I'm marking up whatever it takes to get back to whatever my menu price is. So if you walk into
For
my
what you're
place and
charging.
if my menu price for a pork sandwich is $6.99 and you're going to charge me 20%, let's say, and I have to mark that up 29% to get back to $6.99 by the time you take your fees and everything.
Right.
If I need to mark it up 29%, and you're saying I can only mark it up 10%, he goes, but I'm providing a service. I'm like, yeah, you're providing
Oh,
a service to the lazy person that's laying on the couch that doesn't want to come get their own shit. And he's like, well, no, I'm providing delivery service to you. And I'm like, no, I don't need to deliver food. They can come get it themselves. And I said, it just depends how you want to look at it. So we went back and forth, and I said, I'm not going to agree to anything like that. I'm not going to agree. I am not going to lose money on a third party delivery service.
No, not at all.
And he
That's
come
crazy.
down to, well, let me take it to corporate and see. We just don't want to be any higher price than DoorDash. And I'm like, well, if your rates aren't any higher than DoorDash, then I'm not going to charge any higher than
What they charge you.
what you're charging me. Then hey, you charge me a lower rate, then your rate's going to be lower than DoorDash's because I only want to get back to whole. I'm not looking to make money
Right.
on it. I just want it to be the same because you're providing a service to people that are laying on the couch. Well, what if people don't have a car? Well, then they should be paying a premium because they're not paying a car payment.
Right. Oh, good
And
one.
they should pay more for food, right? But he thought since they didn't
What
have a
if people
car,
don't have a car?
he said, what if they don't have a car?
What
And
if
I'm
they
like,
don't have a car?
If they don't have a
If they
car,
don't have
if
a
they
car,
don't have
they
a car, then they
They
should
shouldn't be
expect.
on.
Then they should
Shouldn't be on
expect.
DoorDash.
Then they should. Then they
Or
should
under Uber
expect
Eats.
to pay more. If they don't have a car, then they're saving money on a car and insurance. Then they should expect
And
to pay
fuel
more
and
for
everything.
people to wait and bring food to their door.
Right.
They should, I guess, in some place. Well, in Des Moines, it's
How long did this conversation go on with him?
Oh, about 45 minutes.
Really?
Jesus
I
Christ.
can't.
Because you got
believe-
the
I was-
spiel and everything.
I was just having fun with him, but
It sounds like you were.
he was kind of shocked when I said I don't need any more business, and he's like, "What?" I'm like, "Yeah, I don't need any more business. You can just get off the phone right now." Well, wait a second. I said, "You need me more than I need you." What?
This guy's like, what a cocky son
What a
bitch.
cock.
But it was
But
the
it was
truth.
But it was true.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying you're cocky.
Right.
To him.
To everybody.
Most
Let's
everybody.
be real, Randy. Let's be real. The reason we have this podcast is because Darren's cocky.
Okay.
Really?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
We
boy.
provide educational resources.
From somebody who is, I mean, deemed the best But I don't know. I just feel like it's because I think you're cocky. And that's okay. And that's okay. But
Well, on to a merrier note.
Much of it, you know.
Do we have anything else to discuss?
no.
Oh,
I don't
we
think
need a
so.
barbecue tip for the day.
Oh yeah, we do.
Wow. Oh, I'm not in my barbecue trailer. It's kind of hard
Some
to come up with
people-
a barbecue tip when you're not sitting in your barbecue trailer.
I
know-
haven't shared.
I know we got a little blowback about people said, well, make sure your needles are in a sharps container when you throw them away.
Oh,
so
really?
the trash man
Did you see
doesn't
that on
get
TikTok?
stuck. I did.
Yeah, we had one person comment that. I was gonna say that actually.
Probably a good idea.
But you wanna know
I'm
what's
not-
funny
I'm not
is that the pork-
disagreeing.
The pork TikTok, where we just literally we're talking about thermometers, is still going crazy.
Well, because
Like, it's
it
just
hits
so
the
bizarre.
normal folk. It hits the
Right.
normal folk, right?
Well, I just think it's so funny that that's like our big TikTok.
And that was a
'Cause you
14
literally-
gauge needle, correct?
That was 14 gauge, not millimeter,
Yeah.
right? That was
No,
14
gauge.
gauge by 2 inch.
Right. I had somebody call and ask me about it.
Yeah, that's
I
my
said-
favorite.
Yes.
That's my favorite.
And
That's
I
my
said,
favorite.
I think it's
We
a
have-
14 gauge. And
I guess my one barbecue tip is try and, like right now, my hottest thing that not the hottest thing, but the one thing I'm doing now is everybody carries a grease separator, right? So when you use for like brisket or pork, you're defatting your juices
Right.
to use that au jus.
right.
And I don't use my pork au jus. That's a little tip, but brisket au jus, I'm defatting it.
right.
Well, so when I mix together my pork wrap, I mix it ahead of time and I put it in my Cryovac bag and I heat it up,
Correct.
right?
Right.
So instead of dirtying a measuring cup and trying to measure that stuff out, I just dump it in my grease separator because grease separators have markings on the side. And so when
Right.
I go to wrap my pork, I take my pork, and my pork butts are very small, but I put the foil and the pork butt in a pan, in a foil pan. And I
Okay.
drop it in the foil pan. That way, when I put juice in it, juice doesn't go all over the table. And I know,
Right.
like Fred Robles and whatever, they're famous for making a moat of brown sugar around to catch that.
Okay.
And I tried that, and it always still leaked all over the place. So I take my foil, my pork butt, my little collars, and I take when I get ready to put it in the foil, I put the brown sugar down and I put my pork butt on it, and then I lift it up and I dump it I just have it set it into a foil pan. So when I
Right.
dump my liquid in there, it all goes to the bottom of the foil pan, and I can just wrap it up from there after I dump the
And you
liquid
catch
in it, and the liquid doesn't go anywhere, right?
Right.
And so I use that grease separator, and I can just pull it down to, and I'll watch it go down. And so I tend to put like a half cup of liquid in
Uh-huh.
to each pork butt, each pork collar. So I
Right.
just squeeze it until I get down to a half cup, and then I can set it down, and then I go, and so it's very clean, and then I only have that to wash, and I've got it out anyway because I'm going to use it for my brisket. So I'm utilizing that same tool over and over again.
But you're also minimizing mess.
I'm minimizing mess because I don't have another, I'm not utilizing a measuring cup to take a half cup and pour it out, and then all of a sudden I got to put it on a paper towel or on the counter or whatever.
Right.
By utilizing that grease separator, it closes the valve and there's no mess.
What I like is
mess.
your idea of putting it in a pan. So
That-
if any liquids kind of overflow or get away from you, you've got them corralled.
Yeah, I've only been doing that for the last few weeks, and my brisket. I caught a little hell last night. I told him I would correct it from Anthony Minnerman, who created the brisket caddy, right? So last week he talked about the knockoff of the brisket caddy. So the original brisket caddy was developed by Anthony Minderman. Now, everybody else knocked it off.
Okay.
Okay.
And I guess I said something about last week about it being one of the 15th knockoff or whatever. But the Caddy was the original. And
Brisket
everybody
Caddy.
else has knocked this off. And people have called it the Caddy, but, you know, like Butcher Barbecue made one. But then he called up Butcher Barbecue, and Butcher Barbecue then said, oh, I understand, and changed the name of it. Some people haven't changed the name of it.
Sure.
But, you know, we talked back and forth on Messenger last night about how hard it was that when you create a product and you come up with something original, how people just jump on it, and how you could have got a patent for it, but that would take 2 or 3 years. And
Right.
how you trademark stuff. Well, I trademarked like the Jarfet,
Right.
and he's trademarking brisket. You know, but you know, it took me $3,000 and 18 months to get a trademark for Jarfet.
Right.
It's probably not going to cost him as much, but he's already 8 or 9 months into getting a trademark on Brisket Caddy. And once you get the trademark, your trademark, but if somebody uses that name, what do? Then you then you spend money on your lawyer to send a cease and desist letter to them. And if they don't do that, then you're going to spend money to take them to court. So really, what's the sense in it? Because there's really not that much money in these small. There's not that much money in the pot.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Right. So it's kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Right.
You know, but if people are copying you, I guess, you know, that's kind of flattering, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Flattery.
Yeah, flattering.
Flattery. So anyway, but brisket tips of the day, or the brisket tips of the day, I guess the barbecue tip of the day would be use your grease separator for your pork wrap, and throw your pork in a pan, your pork foil in a pan, and it won't leak all over the place.
And wrap it out
And
of
it
the
won't.
pan.
And then you can just take that pan and reuse it, because nothing gets in the pan, because it's using, I was going to do it in a bowl, but the pan works much better. The half pan works much better.
Okay.
Okay.
Good enough.
Well. Oh. Randy's getting hit up.
You got mail.
No, I've got a package delivered.
Ooh.
Oh, fun. Okay, well.
But I don't know what it would be.
You
Do you know you can change if you go to Alexa Plus, you can change the voice?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What'd you change it to?
Perky.
Let's hear it. Can we hear it?
Yeah. Alexa, what's the weather?
It's a beautiful sunny day with a high of 80 degrees and a low of 78 degrees and 79.
Did you guys hear that?
Kind
Yeah.
of. In
It was
between
perky.
dog barking.
Okay, don't make fun of my dog barking.
Alexa, what's the weather?
It's a sunny
That'd be
day
so
with a
low.
high of 80 degrees and a low of 57. Currently, it's 78 degrees and feels like 79.
There you go.
So
That'd
does,
be kinda nice over there.
does perky mean the gal saying it is perky?
In my mind, she is. In my mind, she is.
I hate it here.
I
hate it here.
hate it here.
I hate it here. She just had it was more upbeat, lively.
Right. Perky.
Oh, that's what perky is. Okay, I was just thinking they
Yeah.
were pointing up. Perky.
No,
Yeah, we
no.
knew it.
Well,
Well, I knew what you meant. Which is why
Well,
I said
moving
I
on.
hate it here.
Moving
moving
on.
Yeah.
on. Moving on.
You got anything
we have
else?
anything
I gotta
else
go.
to cuss and discuss?
No, I
Cuss
think
and
we're done
discuss.
cussing and discussing.
I don't think you cuss that much. Okay, well, if you haven't already, follow us on social media at Cue the Mic Pod. Find us on YouTube at Cue the Mic Podcast. Like, follow, subscribe, do all the things. You know the drill. Randall, take it
Randall.
away.
Boom. Out of here. Done. Finished. Over with.
Boom. We're gone.
See you guys next week.
Adios.